Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. It's day 15 of 16 days of activism against gender based violence. There's one day left. But your first hard fact of the day is 550. That's the number of confirmed new cases of COVID 19 in Nigeria yesterday, according to the NCDC. And many Nigerians are now asking, has the second wave started? Second wave or not, we all know what to do to protect ourselves and each other. So let's do it, shall we? Wear your masks, keep your distance, limit your movement, wash and sanitize your hands as often as you can, and keep spreading the word. Spread the word, not the virus. And of course, keep listening to Hard Facts because I'll always give all 720,000 of you the right information about this pandemic and everything else. On today's Big Three, let's talk about a LASTMA official getting attacked on the road. Then let's talk about export goods worth hundreds of billions being stuck at the ports. Yes, the ports are back. I love the ports. That's why I talk about the ports a lot. Because I feel like we have potential to be wealthier than we are. And one of the ways to do that is to have effective ports. So let's talk about the ports some more today, shall we? And then we're going to talk about the Communications Ministry suspending new SIM registrations. Today's Wednesday. I love Wednesdays because we bring you the glass ceiling. Let's talk about how our society handles spousal abuse. Remember, this is a time for activism against gender-based violence. So let's talk about that. On today's Big Hard Fact, we're going to have a conversation about miscarriages. It's a topic that doesn't get discussed enough. Maybe it's not quite a taboo, but we often treat it like it's a taboo subject. The only time I hear people talking about miscarriages are when there's religious programs going on for women who have been dealing with miscarriages, multiple miscarriages. So today, let's talk about the realities of women who have gone through miscarriages, who have suffered early infant death, how society interfaces with it. 5 o'clock, that's when that conversation will happen. You can listen online, nigeriainfo.fm. You can watch on Facebook, Nigeria Info 99.3. And of course, you can stream live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. We have Twitter where you can engage with the different topics. Twitter is at Nigeria Info FM. You have news updates coming your way at the top of every hour. But right now, let's bring you the Big Three.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
How can government better protect LASTMA officials at work? How can government better protect LASTMA officials at work? Is the CBN slowing down exports from the ports? And can the NCC audit old SIM registrations without pausing new ones? Those are the Big Three. Let's talk. Our first story is a man allegedly brutally attacking a LASTMA officer who tried to arrest him. Koshoko Razak is the name of the LASTMA officer. He stopped a minibus driver. His name is Fred Onwuche. And Fred Onwuche was allegedly driving without a seatbelt. And according to Olajide Oduyoye, the LASTMA general manager, when Razak tried to make an arrest, the suspect attacked him with a pestle. Yes, a pestle, as in mortar and pestle. He allegedly clubbed Razak on the head repeatedly. Razak was seriously injured and hospitalized as a result of the injuries, and the suspect is under arrest. Now, first of all, wetin dey occur? Wetin dey happen for Lagos, abeg? How person go carry pestle? They hit another human being. Now what? And he allegedly did it because he was caught breaking the law. The other day, somebody tweeted a picture of a man with a cutlass. And he said the man had bashed his car. And when he complained, the man brought out the cutlass to attack him. Why are so many crazy people in this city, please? Why are there so many people who, having done wrong, respond with violence instead of apology? And how do we protect LASTMA officials from people like this? What should government do? Because all of us complain about people driving anyhow, spoiling traffic for everybody, and LASTMA is just there to do their job. LASTMA are the people who are meant to stop this. But if they're getting attacked by the offenders, how it won't take work? Is there a way for LASTMA to do their job without being in harm's way or in confrontations with motorists? For a while, they've been trying to take pictures of offending vehicles. I've seen them do that a couple of times. But the challenge is, without a database that connects your car license plate number to a correct address or some other way to hold you, those records may not be useful. So what's the way forward? Seriously, I need your solutions, Lagos. This is someone's father or son or brother or nephew or uncle. What do you think leads to these types of violent encounters? Why is there so much road rage in Lagos? What did they occur? And why are so many people eager to attack LASTMA officials? How do we protect LASTMA officials? 0700 993 993 993 0700 993 993 993. Share your thoughts via WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp is 080 959 75805. 080 959 75805. By the way, I tried to call into one of the shows on Nigeria Info yesterday on what that thing had. Oh, Jesus. Hey, I was sweating in my car. I was crying. I was like, oh, God, this phone ring. And then when it started to ring, I was like, presenter, pick up. So I understand your pain. I totally understand your pain now. I'm one of you now. Nigeria Info, hello. Thanks for calling. Sorry about that. Call back. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is Wale.
Wale, welcome.
Yeah. Concerning the LASTMA.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I don't buy any idea of being troublesome on the road. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, yes? You don't buy any idea of what?
Of being a troublesome person on the road as a driver. But LASTMA, to the reality, LASTMA, their job is to direct the traffic, to make everything, the free movement of traffic, not to arrest. Okay, that I don't use seatbelt doesn't concern LASTMA to arrest me.
It actually concerns them because you are breaking the law. You're breaking traffic law.
LASTMA is Lagos State traffic. They are to save, to make traffic slow movement.
Sorry about that. Call back if you can. Part of LASTMA's job is to look out for people who are violating traffic. Yes, there's an argument to be made for they're supposed to work with police and road safety, but it is also their business if you're not wearing a seatbelt. Perhaps we can talk about what they should do when you're not wearing that seatbelt. 99.3. Hello. Sorry about that. Because you have to remember, of course, that part of ensuring flow of traffic is to stop lawbreakers, right? 99.3. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is John from Ikeja.
John, how do we protect LASTMA officials?
I think what we need to do that is that if anyone, we are all under the law. So if anyone that violates the law, even though the LASTMA, the law will take its course. If it is a driver, fine. If it is a LASTMA himself, he has to take the punishment for that. And if a driver fails to do what is necessary, I think he has to take the music. The seatbelt can help. It can even help in the case of accident. That is one point. Please, I want to chip in something against violence against women.
Wait until 4 p.m. That's when that conversation will happen. Thanks for calling. 99.3, hello.
Hello?
How are you, sir? What's your name?
My name is Alex from VI.
Alex, how do we protect LASTMA officials?
Well, I wouldn't want to be part of this protection thing because I thought it's supposed to be a broad spectrum argument or discussion. Like how can we better the activity of LASTMA and motorists?
It's the same thing.
That's what it should be. It's not the same thing.
It's the same thing.
If you see the way LASTMA behaves on the road, if you see the way they behave, you would not even want to be a part of the argument of how they should be protected.
Okay.
We cannot. People don't abuse the road safety officers the way they would abuse LASTMA or the policemen.
Okay.
I think orientation, education, enlightenment should be on their part first before they start talking about how they should be protected. Because if you give them more powers of protection, they will make inflict more injuries on the motorists too. So it's not a one-day thing. That's my opinion.
All right, Alex, thank you for calling to share your opinion. If you just joined the show, our first story is a man who allegedly brutally attacked a LASTMA officer who tried to arrest him. Koshoko Razak is the name of that officer. He stopped a minibus driver named Fred Onwuche, who was allegedly driving without a seatbelt. And according to the LASTMA general manager, Olajide Oduyoye, when Razak tried to make an arrest, the suspect attacked him with a pestle. He allegedly clubbed Razak on the head repeatedly, and Razak had to be hospitalized with serious injuries while the suspect is under arrest. Now, my question is, how do we protect LASTMA officials from people like Fred Onwuche? Is there something that government can do? Because you can complain that LASTMA, the way they conduct themselves isn't great, but we also complain that people drive anyhow. And the people whose job it is to stop those that drive anyhow or behave anyhow on the roads are LASTMA. And if LASTMA are getting attacked by offenders, there's no way they can do their job. So is there a way for LASTMA to do their job without confronting motorists, without being in confrontation with motorists? I mentioned earlier on how, for a while, they try to take pictures of offending vehicles. But I also mentioned that without a database that connects your car license plate to a correct address for the state to find you, these records are not useful. So what's the way forward? What do you think leads to these violent encounters? Alex says, well, LASTMA doesn't conduct themselves well, and until they can, I don't want to have a conversation about protecting these officials. Well, what's the way forward? 99.3, hello.
Auntie Sandra.
Uncle Frank, welcome.
I've not had your voice for some time now.
Why? Where have you gone?
You know the time we are now. Man need to hustle.
Abi,
Yes.
may your hustle pay.
And memo, big one.
Tell me what you think about this topic.
Auntie Sandra, you are my sister. Any day we talk about sister, we just talk, we greet. But if topic come, I will speak my mind. You know you are a blessed child.
Okay.
That is why you have not entered into this people's hand.
Okay.
And if that you have entered into last month's hand, you will not be saying like this. Even if I was saying that I would protect last myself, I don't think I would do it. These people they are wicked. So I'm sorry, because of you. That is why I'm saying I'm sorry. Last man. I'm sorry, I don't want us to quarrel. Make us stop here.
Frank, thanks for calling me. Okay, well, we can still talk about LASTMA, but goods worth nearly ₦1 trillion may be stuck at the port waiting for export. That's our second story. Goods worth nearly ₦1 trillion may be stuck at the port waiting for export. Why? After all, we keep saying that we need to export more, right? The economists like Nonso Bikili and Ebehi keep telling us on Hard Facts that a weak currency makes it easier for us to export since our goods become cheaper for foreigners or to foreigners. So this is the time to make hard currency from exports. So what's keeping those goods at the port? Goods that are worth more than 800 billion naira. According to Shippers Association of Lagos State, it's because the CBN is insisting on something called an NXP number. That's Nigerian Exports Proceeds. Basically, CBN wants to know everybody who is exporting anything and wants to be able to trace their transactions so that the CBN gets the foreign exchange from the sales. Now, this is supposed to help stabilize the naira. But the CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, hasn't been happy with compliance. He said lots of exporters haven't gotten their NXP numbers. And so there's a new directive. Shippers must turn back any container not linked to an NXP number. Now, the exporters are complaining. According to their union, most of the members are small businesses. They're SMEs. And they say the process of getting an NXP number is long, it's complex, it's difficult. And if CBN doesn't let their goods move before they get the NXP numbers, a lot of business will be lost. Meanwhile, the Shippers Association and Maritime Workers Union are both saying that this backlog of exports, it's making congestion at Apapa worse. It's making it much worse. Those containers cannot move. In fact, some of the containers are still on trucks. And those trucks are blocking the roads. So the Maritime Workers Union, MWUN, are saying that they're going to go on strike very soon because of the roads. And I wonder if there's a simple way to solve this. I really need to hear from experts in the field. If you are an exporter, if you're in the shipping business, if you are in the Maritime Union, please give me a call or send me a WhatsApp message or leave a post on Facebook. Nigeria Info 99.3 on Facebook. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. Because I'm thinking about it and I'm asking, shouldn't there be a quicker way to get an NXP number? Shouldn't there be a way to get the NXP number at the point of shipping? You know what I mean? Like, for instance, a lot of banks these days, you can just get your, within the column, your ATM card instantly. If you open an online bank account with a lot of these fintech companies, you have an account number instantly. You can start transacting almost immediately. Like, the world has changed. Times have changed. So is there no way for this number, this NXP number, to be gotten at the point of shipping? Because, I mean, the CBN knows that anybody who should have an NXP number is bound to use the port. So why not station yourself there and do the registration? Or why not ask the port authority to assist with it? Would that be a solution? I don't know. I mean, again, this is not my industry. I don't have expertise. I'm just using local man logic to look at it, local woman logic. What do you think about this tug of war over NXP numbers and the proceeds of export deals? Is there a way to improve the ease of doing business for exporters and decongest the ports and get CBN the information that it needs? Because we do need that forex. We do need that money. So what's the sweet spot? How do we fix this problem? 0700-993-993-993 0700-993-993-993. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Ruben from Yaba.
Welcome, Ruben.
Well, it's our government on the export issue. We all know that this government is, I don't know, it's like they are structured to frustrate us. It's so annoying. LASTMA, you cannot get it on time. National ID card, voters card. Now they are not talking about PMC or whatever for the export people. How do they even want that to even be possible? Like, the process that's go to. Hello, are you there, man?
I'm here. Mm-hmm.
The process that it might go through. I'm not in export. I'm not really much into ports, but we know these things. We know these systems, the way it works. Anything that you want to do, if you want to transact business with the federal government, you're ready to wait for 3 months or 6 months. So that is extra frustration for SMEs, for MSMEs, for business. So they better listen to the people and do something fast. Like the advice you made, what's so difficult? Like, this thing should be at the point of the port. Enter the port, do whatever you want to do. Within 5 minutes, be done. Put your name on the this thing, put your goods, whatever question they want to ask, answer, put it on the computer, register, they print something for you, if the card is not ready, put something, I don't know how to say this word now, that thing like a paper, they'll just give it to you, laminated, for the meantime. When your card is ready, then you get your number, blah, 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 everything is so simple. Why is government always like making everything difficult in this country?
Thanks for calling us, Ruben. On Twitter, Samuel Adogun says, Sandra, LASTMA officials deserve more than what they're getting. They arrest offenders and take them to a secret garden where they charge what the road user cannot make in a day. That's a strong allegation there. But does anybody really deserve to be beat up? Nobody deserves violence. Nobody deserves violence. It doesn't matter what they're doing. There are easier ways to resolve these things than to get violent. That's why we're protesting police brutality, for crying out loud. Are we going to say to Nigerians who dress flashily or use expensive cars that they deserve what they're getting from the police? We've got comments coming in on Twitter. Twitter, again, is Nigeria Info FM Lagos. Let's hear your thoughts on this particular story. Okay. Let's take a few more calls. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name?
Ebuka,
welcome.
Okay, just like the last caller, you see, we keep saying ease of doing business, ease of doing business. I was looking at, this morning they said our born is true. Today is a World International Day of Corruption, so to say. And we're looking at how the processes that have been set in this country, policies and all they are about, all those things are just there to frustrate business here and there. Okay, policymakers, we want things to be exported, just like before, they say we export cocoa, we export so many other things, cashew, cocoa, palm oil. Now, common that and whatever thing that give it to these guys. Because if you didn't give it to them, for example, you want to get dollar, you have to keep for like 6 months before you get to clear your goods. Now, this one is another thing. What if those things they want to export is perishable goods? Just reason now. The losses is to incur in their own account. And this is a small business enterprise, right? It's not making sense. Let's help ourselves. You see, this is solution driven. Get to understand how to, or get to see these people's grief, their depression, their oppression. Get to understand that they are passing through a whole lot. We are into COVID-19, business has been somehow, prices on the high. And you are using this time to delay their businesses. It's not making sense. Let's just make this thing work, ease of doing business. Honestly, it annoys me. Thank you.
All right, Ibuka, thanks for calling. 99.3, hello.
Hello.
How are you, sir? What's your name?
My name is Chijoke.
Welcome, Chijoke.
Okay, I'm calling about the sort of LASTMA.
Yes, go ahead.
If you have ever been in the hands of LASTMA, I don't think you'll be here soliciting for them.
Okay.
I've had an experience with them.
Okay.
And a bus stop with Marina. My wife came down from BRT. I just stopped by just for her to enter. These guys blocked me, took me to their office and collected 15,000 naira from me with a bag. At the bus stop at Marina.
We'll be right back.
Can't think of a reason why you should apply for a Standard Chartered Visa credit card? 1. A 50-day interest-free period? That's unbeatable.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, we're talking 3 of the biggest stories of the day so far. I've told you about a LASTMA official getting attacked on the road. Now we're talking about export goods worth hundreds of billions being stuck at the ports. If you missed that story, I told you that the economists like Nonso Bikili and Ebehi continue to tell us that a weak currency means that we can now export more. But we're currently not doing that because the CBN is insisting on something called an NXP number, the Nigerian Exports Proceeds. That's what NXP stands for. CBN wants to know everybody who's exporting anything, and they want to be able to trace their transactions so that the CBN gets the foreign exchange from that sale. And it's supposed to help stabilize the naira. But the CBN governor says that a lot of exporters have not gotten their NXP numbers, and so there's a new directive. Shippers must turn back any container not linked to an NXP number. That's what is keeping these goods worth over 800 billion naira at the ports. Now, the experts that I spoke to before the show are complaining. We've got members of the union. I'm talking about the Shippers Council now, the Shippers Association of Lagos State. They're saying that most of the people who are affected by this thing are small businesses, they're SMEs. And they're saying that the process of getting an NXP number is long, it's complex, it's difficult. And if CBN doesn't let their goods move before they get the NXP numbers, a lot of business will be lost. The Shippers Association and the Maritime Workers Union are both saying that this backlog of exports is making the congestion at Apapa worse. And now they're threatening strike. And the question I was asking with this story is if you think there's a simple way to solve that problem. Is there a quicker way to get an NXP number? Shouldn't there be a way to get anybody who should to get that number at the point of shipping? Anybody who wants to ship anything will get it at the point of shipping, because you have to go to the port anyway to ship whatever you want to ship, right? So perhaps at that point is where you get the number. Perhaps CBN could work with the port authority and provide a solution that is more instant for the shippers. I don't know, for the exporters. What do you think? That's our second story. Still coming up, the Nigeria Communications Commission is suspending SIM registration. I'll tell you why, but let's take a few calls. 0700-993-993-993. Facebook is Nigeria Info 99.3. Apologies to the caller who was on the phone talking about his LASTMA experience. I do hope he can call back. Chijoke, that is. We have a software that knocks you off, once it's ad time, because our advertisers are not playing about their money. Hello, thanks for calling.
Hello, good afternoon, Sandra.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Charles. I'm calling from Lekki.
Welcome.
Okay, on the LASTMA, truly speaking, we have a lot of reckless drivers, lawless drivers in Lagos.
Mm-hmm.
So, if there are no consequences, people will not sit up. And when examples like this are gotten, they should advertise it. Let everybody know that there is consequences to every misbehavior on the road, but we don't have it currently. So I think they need LASTMA need a lot of support, not castigation or any argument. On the CBN side, this thing is not rocket science. Why don't you just do it online for people to register and get their numbers automatically? Do online registration. You get your number instantly, but they are creating bottlenecks so that people's arms can be wet. You go to offices and wet people's arms before you get the number. It's deliberate. It is done online. And if it's online, you get your number instantly. Then you can go to the port, show people your number, and they will go to their system, cross-check it, confirm it, and on your shipment goes. It's so unfortunate in Nigeria. They are killing businesses. Thank you.
Thanks for calling us. Clement on Twitter says, Sandra, LASTMA officers are supposed to be getting more than the citizens are doing. They arrested my vehicle in Anthony without committing any offense. When I got to their office, I was told to stay more than 2 minutes at the bus stop. I'm not sure what you're trying to say, but we should not condone violence, period. Condoning violence isn't something that we should be doing, regardless of whatever grouse we have with LASTMA. We've got Samuel Van Afolabi who says, news of LASTMA official getting attacked on the road doesn't surprise me. It was bound to happen at some point as their cup of iniquity is about to be full. Since LASTMA has refused to draw lessons from the NSAS protests, they'll be next in line, Samuel Van Afolabi says. Samuel. Now, wow. We've got Abdul Rashid who says, LASTMA should begin to use technology to carry out their duties. They don't necessarily have to be on the road. Shago Adeigbe says, LASTMA officials are something else. It's been a long time coming. I think a crusade is coming on LASTMA very soon. Please come to Oshodi, LASTMA HQ, and interview people. These are messages that are on our Facebook at the moment. Facebook, by the way, is Nigeria Info 99.3. Nigeria Info 99.3. We're streaming live on YouTube as well. YouTube is Nigeria Info FM. WhatsApp is available. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Femi.
Welcome, Femi.
I want to talk on the first story.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, the LASTMA. In as much as I condemn the attack on the LASTMA official, but when you so you know something else that the government need to really sensitize them. I don't know if they are doing daily contribution. We don't know. We can't. I can't. It's a rumor that I can't verify. But they still need to look at LASTMA very well. Thank you very much for the good work.
Thank you so much for calling. 99.3. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello?
Yes, hi. You're talking to Sandra. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Thank you for that. I want to talk about LASTMA anyway.
Yes, we're still talking about LASTMA.
Let me tell you something, Sandra. You see, there's need for public to know what the activities that LASTMA has doing, their right, the public right, what the right to that their activities, so that they will know when they are being, when they commit offense, so when LASTMA can arrest them, so that LASTMA will not just be arresting people for no reasons. Their activities on the road are worse, honestly, even worse than the SARS. So that's just what I want to say. That's what I say about it.
All right. Thanks for calling to say it. Abdullahi Abdul Malik says LASTMA was created to make money for individuals in Lagos. Some of the officers have some plainclothes individuals that will lure you to break traffic rule, and you'll see the ones in uniforms rushing you and dragging steering wheel with you, and by the time they provoke you, they'll say you're fighting them on duty. I've encountered them several times, and I sometimes try to talk to the most senior of the officers. They seriously need good training and reorientation, as they have lots of touts as men and officers. Jidofo says that LASTMA officials do intimidate road users. They lure you to break the traffic law. They want to extort you. Besides, most road signs have fallen off or they're not visible to road users, and they leverage on this to extort people's money. LASTMA officials need training and guidance. We've got another message from Blessed Bliss who says, see the type of country we live in. Goods worth over hundreds of billions stuck at the port because NXP number, which is frustrating. This government now, wow, why frustrate businesses? That's a message from Blessed Bliss on Facebook. All right, Blessed Bliss, thank you for your message. Let me come to WhatsApp where we've got lots of messages. My God. We've got this one that says CBN should go digital so that with your phone you can get the number, go for your business. Enough of analog system, please. I will do from VI, making that passionate appeal. Auntie Sandra, LASTMA's roles and responsibilities on the road should be published to the public so we can fully understand their jurisdiction. Concerning export, we shouldn't mix pleasure with business. Exporters should be fully aware of the procedures to be met to export, and CBN should make the process easier. Thanks for your message. Akindele says, this is where the Minister of State is expected to be proactive. Since the time she had started, we're yet to see any action coming out of her. All right, Akindele, thanks for your message. Sandra, LASTMA doesn't do their job. Instead, they walk in the middle of traffic looking into your car for mistake. They drag you out of the car, abuse you, collect money. I paid 30,000 naira to get my car. Lots of personal experiences on the show. We've got a message here from Alabaru who says, if you know what we are going through now, right now I am inside the port. The bottleneck is too much. Alabaru, I'm so sorry you're going through that. Alex from Otta says, move around Lagos and some areas in neighboring Ogun State like Otta, Agbado. You will find alcoholic drinks being sold around bus stops, motor parks, and in all petty shops. Let the consumption of alcohol and drugs by members of the public be controlled very seriously. Else, we're going to get more violence, not only against LASTMA. All right, let's see. More messages coming in, but I think it's time to take a few more calls. 99.3. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? What's your name?
My name is Tom.
Welcome.
Okay. This is a small officer. I don't know what the man did for him to be violated. But they are more than any other place. The last time they fought me, I was sitting in a taxi. I just saw a last man vehicle coming to tow my vehicle. I came out to even tell them that, this is why I'm here. They said, no, there is nothing. I have to go to the house to spend more than 40,000 naira just because I'm teaching. At the end of the day, nobody to talk about it. So if they are being violated, there's no problem about it. There will be the best for us to start out now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll take a last call and move on to our third story. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
My name is Michael.
Welcome, Michael.
Yeah, I want to talk about the last one.
Okay, go ahead.
Few minutes ago, I run over business. So, do you believe one of the last man requested me to a place where they know where they can arrest me?
Okay.
This allows them now. So I never knew he was a last man official.
Okay.
So when I was getting closer to that big point, immediately I called his number, he picked and he was talking, I was looking at him. And we arrested some people at that particular point.
I
don't know why they are doing that.
So the point where people are arrested
immediately I cited him, that he was one of those people that arrested a car in my presence. So I had just to declare, I have to, to end the trip.
Let me understand something. The road, is it illegal to pass the road? Is it a one-way road?
Okay, let me describe. There's this place called that's Marwa Abiola Garden. That roundabout.
Okay.
So immediately I accepted the trip. He said I should come to that roundabout that was wearing a green lace.
Oh, and that roundabout is not a bus stop, eh?
It's not a bus stop, but there is a bus stop. A bus stop is just two steps away from that point.
Okay.
So I wanted to call him that I'm approaching that pickup point. That I should move forward to that bus stop.
Okay.
Immediately I called that line. The last man official picked up the call. So what we are trying to do is, by the time I start, they're looking for the person I want to pick up. They will just come to my car, to my vehicle. They will arrest me from there.
I see.
I don't know why they are doing that. I don't know.
I see.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for calling to share that experience with me. That's entrapment, and that shouldn't even be happening to begin with. But let's move on to our final story. The Nigeria Communications Commission is suspending SIM registration. The regulator is telling all telcos that they should stop registering new SIMs while it audits the SIM registration database. The directive is coming from the Communications Minister, Issa Pantami himself. Why are they doing this? Pre-registered SIMs. Burners. The minister says there's a big problem with burners and pre-registered SIMs, that there are too many burner SIMs, and apparently they've contributed to the insecurity situation in the country because terrorists, bandits, other criminals can use them knowing that they cannot be traced. So Pantami wants the NCC to audit the database of all registered SIMs so they can identify all the ones with irregular registration data, and in the meantime, no new registrations. Now, there's been mixed reactions to this. On the one hand, most people seem to agree that there's a need to audit the database and find out all the numbers that cannot fully be traceable to a person with biometrics and other data on file. But at the same time, many of those same people are asking whether this thing cannot be done without stopping new registration. Because every day, new Nigerians, new businesses are trying to get phone lines. Remember that telecoms and ICT are the fastest growing subsectors in the economy. So there's a fear that this move may slow down that economic growth at the exact time we're trying to come out of recession. So again, just like the issue with the ports and the NXP numbers, the question is there a way to do both at the same time? Is there a way to audit the database while allowing new registrations to go on? So, for example, can the new registration not be put on a provisional database in the meantime until the audit is over? This would allow NCC to be auditing both the old registrations and the new incoming ones at the same time. And then there's the question of how we do this going forward. Should the NCC not have some sort of system for ongoing continuous auditing of SIM registrations? Because if they keep having to do these periodic mass audits, is it efficient? We're going to talk about lot quality assurance sampling after the break, but we'll take a quick one and then get right back into the conversation. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't go away.
Dance will experience an innovation that will change the game. As Cafe Incorporated presents Dance Boss with Cafe, the challenge. Are you a talented dancer and feeling not empowered? Stalk and feel your creativity can make you a livelihood? Well,
human orientation. Sincerely, they need an transport owner. I'm part of the natural, okay? And I applied Apapa Act this very well, okay? So, and if you know, some people that are listening now, they will bear me witness on all this. We have had a situation whereby this last man officer, have recruited on their own too, this, what we call, touts or hoodlums, in quotes then, okay, as an adherent. Because if your truck, probably maybe you have maybe just slightest fault in which could just be, rectified on the spot. This, they will not allow you to do it. The next thing is, if you don't give them money, they'll have your vehicle towed. This kind of things has been going on. It's a systemic thing, they know. And I hope some of the officials are listening to this, that people are aware of their, what's it called?
Sorry about that. Call back if you can. 99.3. Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon.
How are you? What's your name?
My name is Gabriel.
Welcome, Gabriel.
Let me just tell the truth. I just want to collect money from the four communication company in Nigeria.
Oh no, what's going on? Sorry about that. Hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Olumiwa. Welcome.
You can see why, after the answers, that everything went skyrocketing. And I pity my Igbo friend that they are into industry and commerce. How will a government keep people's business and life? Like I've been saying so many days ago, just a POP cement, 4,200 is now 9,800. Ties that you will buy just 4,002 is 8,000. Now it's government that costs all these things. When people supposed to clear a load of container of 300,000, you turn it to 1.5 million. And it make it difficult for them to clear it. This is what Abacha did in those days, that Benin Republic now opened their border for Nigeria freely. We are now moving our car and clear it in Benin. Benin just open it freely, and Benin now become what it is today. Why are they making policy that we continue to make Nigeria poor and poor and poor? Why are women being just doing like this? Why are they not open the border and say, just clear your container, 50,000. 50,000. Operation clear your border. Why is it difficult for them to just do something good? And they don't want people to protest. What kind of country is this one? Who are these people that are ruling us? Why? Church, do we offend God? Do we offend God?
Thank you for calling, Olumuyiwa. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Sandra Ezekwesili. And so far on the show today, we've told you that a LASTMA official was attacked by a road user because the road user was allegedly not wearing his seatbelt, and the LASTMA official tried to allegedly arrest him for not doing that. And so the road user allegedly bludgeoned the LASTMA's head with a pestle. And the question I've been asking is if there's a way to reduce these confrontations between LASTMA and road users. How can we protect LASTMA so that they can better do their jobs? Now, of course, a lot of people have been calling in and talking about how LASTMA deserves the treatment because LASTMA is high-handed. LASTMA is, what's the word I'm looking for now? LASTMA doesn't behave properly. LASTMA allegedly entraps road users. LASTMA allegedly extorts road users. But two wrongs cannot make a right. So there has to be a way for us to hold LASTMA accountable while not bludgeoning their officials with a pestle. Because that's a crime. Assault is a crime. You can't complain about one crime by committing another crime. So that was our first story. Our second story was that goods worth nearly 1 trillion naira may be stuck at the port waiting for export. The Shippers Association of Lagos complained about this. They're saying that CBN is insisting on something called an NXP number. And this NXP number is supposed to help the CBN track transactions so that CBN gets the foreign exchange from some of these sales. NXP stands for Nigerian Exports Proceeds. And the shippers are saying, we don't mind doing this, but the process is long, the process is complex, the process is difficult. If CBN doesn't allow our goods to move because of NXP numbers, a lot of business will be lost. And a lot of businesses that are affected are small businesses, SMEs. And so the Shippers Association and the Maritime Workers Union are both saying that this backlog is making congestion at Apapa worse. Containers cannot move. Containers are still on trucks. These trucks are blocking the roads, and so they may go on strike very soon because of the roads. And the question from that story was, is there a simpler way? Is there a simpler way? Is there a quicker way to get an NXP number? Is there a way that this NXP number can be issued at the point of shipping? Then our final story is the Nigerian Communications Commission suspending SIM registration because they want to do audits. Because apparently they claim that the kidnappers, the bandits, the people who are making the country insecure are using SIM cards that cannot be traced. And so they want to do an audit. They want to make sure that every SIM active right now is traceable to a person. So they can't do new SIM registrations until that is done. Now, is there a way to do that without stopping new SIM registrations? Because new Nigerians are getting phone lines every day. New businesses are getting phone lines every day. If they cannot register, will that not have an effect on the economy? Because like I said, telecoms and ICT are the fastest growing subsectors in the economy. Are we going to shut down SIM registration every single time we want to audit SIM registration? Those are the big three stories on the show today. We have 2 minutes left, so we can take one call. And then, actually, we can take more than one call. We've got like about 4 minutes left. So we can take 2 calls. But on the other side, between 4 and 5, we're going to talk about gender-based violence. That story out of Benue State will feature because now woman where they are alive, 9 feet be leader. So we're going to pause our conversation about women leaders and we're going to have a conversation about gender-based violence. Hello, thanks for calling.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Sorry, what I can say about this is that governments are the problem.
Okay.
In a situation whereby, how can law be changing every day? They are the ones that tell people to register the SIM they bought. How come they change it again unexpectedly? It is not done. That is an idea of giving chance to hoodlums, stealing ideas, thieves. So they should see to it. It is not done. It's not good.
It's not good, he says. Last call. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sandra Ezekwesili.
Good afternoon, MI from Akoka. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, what's happening with the telecom sector is indicative of what is happening in Nigeria. Very lazy leadership. Do you understand? Sandra, we can work and chew gum at the same time. All the possible now. Do you understand?
Okay.
What the telecom company is doing is chewing so that they'll say it's eating. Because everybody's making noise and saying, okay, why can't you choose? Okay, let's do something so that Makade and Mama. They are chewing instead of eating so that they will say that at least they are doing something. You know, this is 24th century. I heard this already. My skin is crawling. Do you understand? Things will be going on so that economies will even help their government that will say that to come out of recession by Q1 next year. That's stopping a thriving industry because you cannot chew and work at the same time. Nah, I have marker jaw.
MI. Thank you for calling, though. We appreciate it. All right, let me wrap up with messages from social media, right? So we'll take messages from WhatsApp for the final minute of today's Big Three. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. Don't forget that on the other side of 4 o'clock after the business news, we're talking gender-based violence. Sandra, the truth of the matter is that the stoppage of SIM registration is a ruse. NCC knows what to do, but just won't do it. Does NCC have the capacity to carry out the audit? Again, mark my words, the telcos will not honor it. Who even does the thinking for these people in Nigeria? Bass from Austin, Texas is asking. We've got another message here on WhatsApp. Hello, Sandra. On the LASTMA protection, LASTMA as a body should be retrained and educated about professionalism and true patriotism for about their jobs, their state, and their country. My vehicle broke down on the road. They arrested me for obstruction. I asked them to help me push my vehicle away from the road. Their reply was that it wasn't their job. I was extorted that day, but I've left it for God. The state government should also stop encouraging the body as a revenue generation arm. How do we know the LASTMA official isn't lying to get sympathy of an alleged crime that didn't happen? I don't encourage violence in any way, but our law enforcers need to command respect from their service delivery and not forcefully. On the port and CBN issue, we operate an analog system, and that's why we seem backward compared to our mates in the world. Let federal government pay young tech professionals in the country to come up with solutions that can make our processes seamless. If you research what it takes to even be an exporter in Nigeria, you realize the process is discouraging. And regarding the network audit, our analog leaders are still to blame for this embarrassing situation. The whole world is looking for smarter ways to get things done, but we're still dragging behind. Louis from Ikeja sent that message on WhatsApp. Let's bring you the business news. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
And now the business news.